Can you spot the difference between this back extension and this back extension? If you can, awesome. You probably understand how to actually get the most out of your back extensions than other people do. If you can't, tune in and listen up because I'm about to explain to you why A, it probably shouldn't really even be called a back extension, at least in my opinion, and B, how you can actually maximize an exercise that a lot of people throw away because it's quote unquote bad for your back, even though I give it out to a ton of my clients and it helps them immensely. So, back extensions, back hyperextensions, Roman chair, it's got a ton of different names. But here's my issue with the naming of this thing: it has nothing to do with extending your back. So many people hear that and they think that they need to crank their spine back because that's what back extension means, right? No, here's the issue with this is that when done correctly, this thing helps you, yes, extend, but it's more like a hip extension. Why? Because your hips are attached to your spine, attached to your back. When we use our hips effectively to extend, that's where our power comes from, not from these small guys back here. So when people crawl into this thing and you see them doing a ton of movement like this, I'm not saying this in and of itself is a bad thing, but this is why so many people's backs hurt after doing this. The best use of this exercise equipment, in my opinion, is to strengthen the glutes and the hamstrings. And you can get yourself set in a position that actually teaches you to use those muscles to bring your body up. Kind of like a hinge. But this offers a constraint for someone that really struggles to learn the hinge. For so many of my back pain clients, this can be a super important tool because a traditional hinge and trying to learn it is too much of an input for their system and they don't have the control. Put them on this and they learn how to gain. So, what's the best way to use it? Let's go back to our original clips here. In the first clip, we can see me over exaggerating, going into that back extension, really using my quote unquote back muscles to pull myself up. And like I said, that's not necessarily a bad thing. And if you want to train that unloaded or a good way to gain some large range of motion, movement through large profiles, we can sit there and debate that all day. But in my opinion, if you really want to use this thing to the best of its potential, it's going to look like our second video where you can see I am pulling more through my glutes and my hamstrings, and my back is kind of just coming along for the ride. It's not loose or floppy per se, but it's being pulled up by something other than me cranking my spine. When done correctly, this can be a great way to strengthen those glutes and those hamstrings, which are your support system for your spine. So, the simple, easy way to do this is to set up in a position that's going to encourage movement from there. So, even though you've seen me do a quote unquote good rep in the video, let's walk through it together. Important is setup, making sure that this thing is not too high up into your waist. A lot of people set this way too high. Also, your equipment might be a little different than mine, so do bear that in mind. I am going to not necessarily shove my heels right into the stopper. I actually like to have my feet a little bit down lower because I'm going to push into this. I'm going to set up. I'm going to lay my way out here and I'm going to be kind of pushed into the pad, but also pushed into this. Now, I'm not going to start cranked up like this. I'm going to relax my back and just kind of let myself hang on this. I'm going to let my hips roll as I move forward. I should imagine turning from right here as I move. You can let your spine round a little, that's fine, but I encourage you to maybe not do that at first. I encourage you to just focus on trying to roll your hips, not lock your knees, and then squeeze here to come right back up to level, not crank all the way up. Shorten your range of motion, gain some more control. Soft knees, soft back, roll those hips to where they can't roll anymore. Squeeze that butt and use it to pull back up to level. You should feel a lot of pressure and tension through your glutes and your hamstrings. Another way that I like to tell people is imagine there's a string attached down. It starts from here, runs all the way up. You're going to let that string stretch out over this thing, but then the string's going to pull not from here, but from down in here, and it's going to pull us back up to straight. Give this one a try next time you're in the gym. If you're feeling it in those glutes and hamstrings, you figured it out. If you're still feeling it in your low back and not quite getting it, drop a comment. I'll be more than happy to help you troubleshoot.